Hey everyone, this is Launchpad Communications here today. I've still got COVID. I gave myself a haircut just before out of, I don't know, boredom and desperateness maybe. So I feel a little bit better. It's day 3 or 4, what have you. Still feel pretty crap. But let's soldier on. I want to talk today about what people commonly refer to as brain fog. Brain fog. Now, a lot of times, things like brain fog, or what people call brain fog, it's just, it's hard to concentrate and what have you. Now, there may be other, medical conditions, mental conditions that are happening that is causing that. But from my experience in the past, there's a few things that generally help a lot with your focus and attention span. First thing is regular exercise. Now, a lot of people say to me when I kind of talk about diet, exercise, all that kind of stuff, they're like, dude, you're like a business consultant. What's that got to do with my business? Well, it's got to do with you and you're your business. So you need to pay attention to what you're doing with your business and pay attention to what you're doing with yourself, because the business isn't going to do well if you're not doing well. So the first thing to think about really is exercise. Doesn't have to be running a marathon every 2 days. Just get out, go for a walk, join the gym like I did. I joined the gym about 6 months ago, feel 100% better. Works really well for me. Again, I'm not there sweating, panting, whatever. I'm moving, walking 3-4 Ks a day, doing weights. Really helped a lot and works well for me. So that's number 1. Number 2 is your diet. So this is a bit of a no-brainer. Like, whatever you put in is what you're kind of going to get out. And I don't mean out, I mean like out as far as mental output, you know what I mean? So if you're eating a lot of crap, it's probably not going to be the best thing for you. So just look at your diet. I'm not a dietitian and I drink Diet Coke and stuff like that in moderation, don't get me wrong. But I try to eat cleaner, healthier food more often than not. You know what I mean? So I'm not about standing here and I'm not going to like lecture you about what to eat and stuff like that. We all know a little Google research will do wonders for you. It's just really a case of eating cleaner food, healthier food, not so much the processed stuff. You will feel better. And don't get me wrong, like I really don't want to sound kind of like I'm giving a lecture with this, because I eat everything and I eat everything in moderation. You do what's best for you. But if you look at what you're actually eating, that often helps a lot and it will help you cut out certain things that aren't really contributing, to your overall wellness. All right, another thing is coffee and smoking. Now, I drink coffee. I only drink coffee in the morning. I might have 2 or 3. When you're drinking, and I don't have a real big issue with, caffeine and stuff like that, but I would advise not drinking it all day, every day, and as far as right up into the evening can have adverse effects. But again, I'm not a dietitian. I'm just going on what's helped me in the past, you know what I mean? And I used to smoke. And since I quit smoking or stopped smoking, I can't even begin to explain the benefits health-wise, you know what I mean? Like, I was wheezing, like I'd go to bed and I'd lay down and I could just hear, like, oh, it was gross, you know what I mean? Quit like over a decade ago, feel 100% better. So they're both obvious things, you know what I mean? Caffeine, it's great. I love it. I love coffee. It's good in moderation. Just don't go overboard with it. Smoking, we all know the deal with smoking nowadays, so I don't really have to explain that one. I was going to say point number, but I completely forgotten which point I'm up to now. Maybe 3 or 4, I'm not sure. Next one is sleep. Just getting enough sleep. You really need to get a good 7.5, 8 hours a day. I hear you. I can hear people out there saying, oh, I just can't sleep that much. I hear you. I'm the same. I might do 6, 7, 8. And then what'll happen is after about a month, I'll kind of crash and I'll just sleep like 12, 14 hours. You know what I mean? Like in one night. So I'm not really, again, I'm not trying to lecture you on this, but it does help a lot. I find that if I go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time, heaps better for my productivity. And also, I used to be a bit of a night owl, like stay up until 2 a.m. thinking, yeah, man, I'm getting my stuff done. It's all good. But then I started going to bed earlier and getting up early and, 4, 5 a.m. and doing stuff. And it was just ridiculously better doing it that way rather than staying up late. Getting up early can be hard initially if you're not used to it, because it's like the alarm goes off and you're like, oh my God. After a while, you'll get used to it and you'll wake up before your alarm even goes off. So it really works well. So try that out, see if it works for you. What point was that again? I think there was 6 points that I was going to cover in this, but I'm not sure. The next one is screen time, like the stress of screen time. Now, again, I get it. I totally understand. You like this all day, or like this. But just give yourself a little break. Work, for me, consists of this phone and my laptop. So I'm on it all the time, all day. And even when I kind of, quote unquote, finish working, I'm still on it, looking up stuff. Oh, how much is this? How much is that? What's going on? You know what I mean? But it's good to give yourself a break. If you find that you just can't take a lot of time, like most people will say, I can't just like stop at 7 o'clock. I work. You know what I mean? I want to see what prices are doing, what sales we've had, all that kind of stuff. And I get that. So what I would suggest is having intermittent breaks. All right, just give yourself 10 minutes. If you're in an office at a screen, get up for 10 minutes, go outside, feel the sun on your face, breathe in the air, just relax. Do whatever you want to do, little hand exercises. I don't know, you know what I mean? But just give yourself, your mind and your head a break, because that kind of bombardment, visual bombardment all the time is just not good for us, and it does contribute to that brain fog. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And the last one is just to try and embrace a more positive attitude. Again, I can't tell you how important this is as well. I do talk about it a bit. I talk about positivity and mindset a lot. Probably because in the past I had real issues with anxiety, depression, stuff like that, like pretty bad. Once I changed my mindset and my outlook on things, my whole life turned around and went from not wanting to do that anymore, so to speak, to loving it. You know what I mean? So I get sometimes I might come across real enthusiastic about positive thinking, but it's because I've seen the change that it has made in my life and in other people's lives. And I understand we're all human. You know what I mean? Like, since I've got COVID at the moment and I feel my head feels like a brick, I feel crap. And the last few days I've had hardly any sleep. I felt crap all day. I'm just shit. Pardon my French. And that has affected my positivity to a fair degree. I've been very irritable, cranky, just giving people crap, like whatever, I don't care, because I felt shit. You know what I mean? I'm tired, I'm annoyed. I'm not, everything's been put on hold in my life because of this bloody COVID again. But that's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself with things like that. That happens. But make sure that you don't kind of stay in that. Depression for me in the past was like a pool. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, back then, I pretty much dove into it and just sunk to the bottom. But it isn't something that we can avoid it, but don't be upset if here and there you get a bit of a negative attitude about things. Like, that person really bugs me, man, or that annoys me. Oh, this, I've got this freaking bill that, blah, 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 or I didn't order this is crap. It's okay, we're human, you know what I mean? But if you are aware of it and cultivate that positive attitude in your head, you'll find that, like a habit, it'll just keep going and on and on. You'll just get better and better at it. All right, I hope that helps today. I'm going to go have a lie down because I feel awful. All right, take care.